Hello, Nash, and welcome. Welcome to this show. I'm so excited about this show, this episode. So, the stage is yours. Please introduce yourself, who you are.
Thank you for the warm welcome, Midget. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me. Yeah, so I'm Nash. I am from the Flutter community, co-founded the Flutter community publication, acts as the lead editor, helps out with various open source projects, helps out with the community a lot. I'm also the lead DevRel at a company called Stream, and we do a lot of chats and activity feeds SDKs. And recently we released our null safe SDK for Flutter, so that's exciting.
Perfect, perfect. So, if you want like a chat system for a Flutter application, you are the person we should come to you and ask about all of those features, right?
Definitely. If you want to build chat for your Flutter application and you want to scale it out, yeah, I'm your person. We're your persons.
Perfect. In fact, many of our audiences right now know why you are here. We're going to talk about the Stream Chat plugin, and we're going to see how we can implement it together, like a pair programming together. You are one of the authors, at least as far as I know, or maybe the only author. You can explain about that. So you are the best
Actually,
person to explain about everything. Go ahead.
yeah, so I actually contributed to the source code. I think like when we started the version 2 rewrite, I started like contributing to the source code. But yeah, we're a growing Flutter team. Like I came in on the team, we had about 3 Flutter engineers at the time. Now we're up to 6 and possibly hiring a 7th. So yeah, we're a growing team, we're a growing company. And yeah, we just love building stuff and love experimenting. So let's dive into some code, Majid.
Yes, perfect. But before we dive into the stream like chat and code in my application, so I have a question, and that was actually a question of many people who asked me why stream. So if you want to actually talk about a little bit just about a stream chat and why people should choose a stream chat, and what is your main advantages and stuff like that, can you just explain a bit?
Yeah, sure. That's a really great question. So we get this question a lot, and I think one of the biggest reasons for me, like joining the project and actually wanting to work at Stream, is because of how easy it makes adding chat to your application. And as Stream as a company, we do a lot of open source work. Our company started out um, as an open source project, so we've been investing a lot in open source, and that's also reflected in our Flutter SDK. So we started off with 2 Flutter SDKs, a Dart SDK and a fully fledged UI SDK, both open source, both publicly available on GitHub. And then when I came on, we started like moving and kind of consolidating our SDK into a single repo and started using community tools like Melos to kind of manage that. And yeah, we've just been building on that, and we've been listening to user feedback, and we've kind of been shaping the SDK. And as for Stream specifically, we give developers as much or as little as they want in terms of chat functionality in their application. So if you want to build a really beautiful, really high quality application quickly, then we provide pre-built UI components that are already integrated with our service. And developers can just drop this into their application. But if you really want to customize and you really want to scale and do some custom logic with your application, we also have like a pure Dart package that developers can integrate and use for themselves. So, there's a lot of customizability, there's a lot of flexibility there, but there's also a lot of open source and a lot of opportunities for community members to kind of contribute and help shape our SDK as we build it. So,
First thing first, let me pull up my pub.dev. So this is the package we're talking, right? It's Stream Chat Flutter, right?
it
And
is,
and as
yes.
you mentioned, there are a few other packages too. So if I click on Get a Stream, I see that there are a bunch of others. So do you want to actually explain what the others are, or should I even care about them, or just maybe straight away go to the Stream Chat Flutter, or how can I decide which one to choose?
Yeah, so that's a really great question. Now, obviously, we've been doing a lot of Flutter development, so you can see there's quite a few packages in here. We actually have 2 products. One is chat, one is feed. But for our purposes of adding a support chat, the 4 main packages that you would really care about is Stream Chat, the core, Stream Chat Flutter, and persistence. Now, Stream Chat is that pure Dart package that I mentioned earlier. So what it is, it's a wrapper around our WebSocket, our APIs, etc. Purely written in Dart. It gives you the most amount of customizability, little dependencies, little overhead. You can actually use this outside of Flutter itself. So if you have a pure Dart project and you want to use our services, you can actually do that. The other package that we have and that we maintain is the core, and core kind of builds on the Stream Chat Dart package, and it adds another layer of connectivity and interactivity. So it basically connects and it works together with the Flutter framework. So it has hooks that automatically respond when the user takes the app into the background, for example, or the user resumes the application. But the interesting thing is the core doesn't provide any pre-built UI. So it gives you builders, it gives you function, it gives you business logic, but it doesn't provide any UI. We leave that up for the user to implement themselves if they want to. Now, if you're in a hurry like us and you want to get something up and running very quickly, now you can use our fully fledged UI package, and that is Stream Chat Flutter. So this package builds on the other two packages, integrates the functionality, and it uses that same Flutter composition model, if you can kind of see the pattern there. But this one goes a step further and it gives you the pre-built UI, pre-connected components that you can just drop in to your application and just get started using. So yeah, but for our purposes of adding a really quick customer support chat, we can use a Stream Chat Flutter. And of course, if you look at the dependencies on the side there, you can actually see that we integrate with a lot of services, so like file handling, image pickers, that kind of thing. So we take care of a lot for you.
All right, perfect. So then I think for my application right now, what I need is like a quick UI for a support chat. And uh, perhaps you can also tell me later if I can just maybe modify a little bit of the UI to just maybe adjust it towards my app UI, maybe
Oh,
a little bit.
certainly,
Okay,
certainly.
perfect. So
Yeah.
then let's get it started. So the first thing first, I need to probably add this to my package. And as far as I see right now, oh, the thing is that you have a null safety version 9, and that's version 2. So probably I need to stick on that one
Yeah, so we
because
have,
I
yeah, exactly. I mean, we have both a null safe and and a regular or non-null safe version, and that will change in the future. In the future, we will only support like a null safe version, but as of this moment, I think there's still a lot of projects within the Flutter community that is not null safe. So we want to make sure we support both of those use cases. So
okay, perfect. So then I just added and try to installing the package. But meanwhile, so maybe you can guide me where should I go? The first place maybe to start. Is it like to go to main lib or going straight away to the page that I want to implement chat or
yeah,
how's
I
the
think
use cases usually?
yeah, so I think we can actually go straight to the page that we want to implement. Actually, you know what? That's a good question. I think we can actually set up our providers and our hooks in main, and then let's configure our API. Let's configure our providers, and then we can jump straight into the code for our screen. So let's
I see.
start by
Okay.
yeah.
So if
So
I
let's
want to
start.
actually use your client of the chat, it should be somehow available throughout the application. So I cannot
Yeah,
just
exactly. Exactly.
ah
So you want to have it
okay.
at the top of your tree. So if, for example, you want to include chat in some other layer of your application, um, then you can have access to that client very easily. So
Okay. Yeah. Well, actually, I actually have a very uh simple service here that I called it chat service, and that's a singleton as you see here.
yeah,
And so to just make it simple, because I don't want to add more state management, provider, and stuff like that, maybe just to keep it very simple, can I just maybe like instantiate your client here in this class and then later use this like reference of this client everywhere else? Because it is
yeah.
also
This is
singleton. So
This is a perfectly valid use case. You can use whatever state
Perfect.
management, whatever dependency injection tool you like. So you can create a function in here and you can set up the client and pass the API key.
Okay, so then what should I do here? Should I just say, for example, first of all, I need like a client. Let's call it like a chat client or a client. What is it? Is it a stream chat
Stream chat
or
client. Yeah, but I think
okay,
we need
it's
to
like
actually
that.
import the package. So yeah, add
Here
your
we go.
import in
We're gonna
there.
use here we
There
go.
you go.
Order. Okay. And so what else do I need then? So probably it should be like
Should be a final. There you go.
but uh, do I need to like overread this or
No,
why
you
do
can
I need this
actually,
client here?
yeah, so this client is basically your gateway between the application and stream server. So you need to create an instance of the client class, and we need to pass in your API key in there. And your API
Okay,
key is basically
okay.
your identifier. And now you get your API key via our
Where
dashboard
can
and
I get
whatnot.
that key? And should I go like to stream website or somewhere?
Yeah, so getstream.io, you can sign up for a free chat trial, or you can apply for a free
Okay,
account. And let's
then
do that. Let's get an API key,
let's
Majid.
do that actually. Get a stream IO actually.
Yep, sign in.
Here we go. Well, I think I do have an account with GitHub. Probably. Let's continue with
Let's
that.
see.
See. All right. Yeah, sure. So can I create like an app here?
Yeah, you can create an app in here.
Let's
You can
say
give it a name.
or MJ Coffee.
Yep.
Is it really matter like where the feed server is?
Um, so this, we actually just released a new feature called Edge. So this actually doesn't matter as much anymore. So
I see.
previously this would
Okay.
have, you would have created this closer to your customer base to reduce latency, but now we have like edge servers around the world. And if we replace like our base URL, then
Okay.
it
Okay.
automatically connects. So not really
Oh,
much of a
perfect.
concern anymore. Yeah.
Perfect. So then, for the purpose of this show, we stick on the development, but perhaps people should like have production and development separately. So
Yeah,
let's create
exactly.
this app. Okay. Oh, here is the key that you were mentioning. And this is the secret key. But I'm not worried to reveal it right now because I'm gonna actually remove this
Yeah.
client. But let's have it. But these are the things that I need. I need to copy them. But I don't need definitely secret key for my client, right? I need just key.
Yeah, so the secret key is used mostly by the server. You should never ship your secret key in your client. That should always remain in a trusted, secure environment.
I
We would
see.
actually need the secret key to create a user and generate a token. Like most
Yeah.
services, we users need to have a token, and it needs to be signed by our secret key. But for the purposes of our client-side application, we don't really need to worry about the secret that much.
Oh, I see. I see. So then, so if I copy this, is this the only thing I need to do on this website?
Yeah, so I think that's pretty much the only thing that you need to do here. You just
Okay,
need to
then
copy
that's
the clients. We could go back
perfect. Then, so I would assume that I need to some like kind of like have a variable here, like a key. Let's have a const here, for example.
on, yep.
Uh, like stream or stream key, and perhaps this is the key, right?
Yeah, so actually something interesting to keep in mind, I think for the purposes of a demo, this is fine. But obviously if you're building and you're going to ship this to production, it might actually be good to pass that key in via like a Dart define or an
Oh, I
environment
see. I
variable.
see.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
but it's
That's
fine
a
for
good
our
point.
purposes. Yeah.
That's a very good point. Yeah. All right, then this is the way that we can pass like from environment. And how can I get that? So let's say uh, here I should just say environment, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, so there's a
in,
couple ways. So what I usually do, you can do like from environment. I do string from environment. Yeah, there you go. And pass in the
yeah, here
name
it
of the
goes.
key
Like stream, like key
Key,
API, whatever we
whatever.
passed it from that. Okay, but we're gonna just keep it simple for now. Let's keep it simple here. That's the stream like key for now. And then what should I do? Then I have the key and I have the client imported. Then so the next
Yeah,
step is probably to
that's it.
instantiate a client or
Yeah, exactly. Time to instantiate your client. You know, we have access to the key. We can pass in the key into our client and we can get started.
now you want me to instantiate. Then how can I instantiate here? So let me actually move this to here so I know what I'm doing. So here, should I just call it stream like chat client, like constructor here? Yeah, here you go. Actually, that's the
Yeah, there you go.
constructor, right?
Yeah, and you
And
see we
then
take one required parameter in there, which is the API key.
yeah, one positional actually is okay. So then I need to just pass the key, and
Pass the
that's
key.
the stream. Uh, okay, so here is the key that I create. Is that the only thing, or so can I
Yeah, so
do
I
like
mean,
more thing?
we expose, so can you command click on Stream Chat client, please?
Here we
Yeah,
go.
so
Yes,
there you go. So you see we have a lot of properties in here that people could kind of customize and tweak to their application desire. If you want to like, if you really want to get in depth, you can actually like override custom policies in there. You can, we have a logger, we use a logger package to give really good, really verbose warnings and messages and
I
whatnot. So you can
see.
customize different levels and different stuff.
I see that it's very customizable. That's very cool. So then let's just stick to that for now, but that's good. All right, then I do have now my client ready, and that's actually also exposed via this service.
Right.
So that's good. So I'm done here, right? Should I do anything else?
Actually, if you want to, you could probably have a method in here to set your user, your local user, the user that is actually using the application.
Oh, I see.
Um,
Okay. Let's call it like, for example, what should I call it? Like set user or get user? What is it?
it could be connect user, for example. We call it
Connect
connect.
user.
Yeah, we call the method
Here
connect
we go.
internally. So yeah,
Okay.
and now
Then what?
yeah, so on the client, you could call the dot connect user method.
Oh, you do have a lot of this function on this, and that's very good. We
Yeah,
probably come back to this later to understand, but this is the function that you're telling me, right?
yeah, and this
Connect
takes a
user.
user and the token.
Okay, but then what is the user? I don't know the user.
Yeah, so the user,
It's like my current user, the logged in user in my application, right?
yeah, so that is the user that is currently using your application that will be sending
I see.
messages in your application. So it's a current logged in user, it's a current session of your application. You can think of it.
Oh, I see. I see. So the user is perhaps like has an ID or something which is unique to identify, and then I need to pass probably there. And okay,
That's that's correct. The user has an ID, and that ID is actually signed using the server key on the back end with
yeah,
the
sure.
token, and the token is matches the user ID. So it's a very like
Okay,
secure system in there.
all right. So then let's imagine that my ID is for now Majid123. Um, it says something wrong is here. What is it wrong? Oh,
Yeah,
I
so
need
you're
to pass a
passing, you need to
user.
user. There you go.
There we go. There we go. Aha.
There you
Now
go.
it's
There is your
better.
ID. Yep.
Here we go. I have an ID, and that's probably can yeah, that can be a string. So I can pass like Majid123, for example.
Yeah, and it
And
actually,
what is yeah, here you go.
yeah, so now that you pass Magid 1 in there, we can actually generate a token really quickly on Stream's website for this user. So if you copy that username in there, and I sent a link in the chat, we actually have a little online tool that for development purposes, you can quickly create a user token.
Sure. Let's see how can I generate. But I think in reality, like in a production app, it's probably something that can be done in via backend, right? Like
Yeah, exactly.
exchanging the token, getting the token. Okay, okay.
Yeah, exactly,
And that's
exactly. So
actually that's the part we need secret key, right?
yes, that's
Now
the
it
part
makes
that we need a
sense.
secret key. Yeah,
Ah, I
exactly.
see. I see. Okay.
We also have like, we don't have a Dart server side SDK yet, but we certainly do have like a JavaScript, a Go, and quite a few other languages. So there's a lot to choose from.
Okay. So let's go to your website to get a token right now because I need a token to get this chat to work, right?
Yeah,
Where should I
so
go now?
we can go to the Stream docs. So it's getstream.io/chat/docs. So
Okay,
yep, there you go.
here is the, yeah,
Yeah, and yeah, so if you go to the React, for example, so if you go to SDKs React real quick, you can just click
client.
client. Yep. Yeah, so if you go to the section debugging, there you go, and then user JWT, second one, there you go.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's a
and you
jot
can see,
actually token.
yeah, and you can see it picks up the secret directly from your
Ah, here we
project.
go.
Yeah,
Very good. Okay, then I can actually copy that, right?
yeah, you can.
Very nice. Then come back here. And again, we're gonna actually hard code it here, but I don't think this is a like a nice way to do it. So this is like completely something that we receive from a backend, right? Our
Right.
backend, and then it will be like be populated here automatically via an API or something that we have. So, but for now, I just hard coded to get to see how I can work with that. That's very nice.
Yeah,
Okay, so
that's about correct.
it's like connect user and that's connecting and that's it, right? Nothing else.
Yeah, that's about it. And now when you instantiate the service, you can either have it call connect user automatically, or you can explicitly call this method um, before you navigate to the chat screen, or
I
however
see.
your application is architectured. So it's really
Okay.
up to you on how much or setup you want to do.
Yeah, sure. For now, what I'm gonna do actually, I'm gonna go to this page. Here I prepared already a support page, which is empty. I wanna actually add
Yeah.
the chat here, so the chat service. So I already created that screen support, and it just does not do anything. I just said I want to implement chat here.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
let's actually maybe start from here, right? Should I start from this screen right now, or should I do something else
No,
before I come here?
actually, I think you should be fine. We created
Okay,
the
good,
service. We created the locator earlier, so I think we should be fine to actually just jump into some code
good.
here.
So then you said that this library is giving me like the full-fledged UI for the chat. So that means probably I should call some kind of or return some kind of widget, and that then everything is gonna be there, right?
Yeah,
So what should
exactly.
I call here?
Yeah, so I think the first step here is to like create the scaffold for your application. So let's create a scaffold
Here
in
you
here,
go.
create a body. And now we
Yeah, here.
actually have a widget called channel list block, or channels block, sorry.
Channel block.
Channel, it's an S at the end. Yeah, there you go.
Like
Channel block.
here.
There you go.
Okay.
And now what this basically does is it's a business logic component, or so we stole the name block. But it basically handles the setup and the configuration, and provides the relevant information to a widget that we have called channel list view. So if you
Uh-huh.
go to the child
So
and you replace the
mhm.
child with channel list view, you
Channel list view. Here we go.
there you go, instantiate it. We're going to pass some arguments to this later, but for now, I think if you just refresh your application, and if we have everything set up, we should see something. Might need to
Okay.
do a hot restart instead of a hot reload since
Yeah.
we're changing state.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna hot restart it because I. But one question here: this channel's block, then it doesn't do anything. It doesn't. It's not related to block like as a library, right?
No, no,
Or
no. It's not related to block as a library.
okay.
It's more like a glue that
Yeah,
handles some
sure.
business logic for us.
Okay. So actually, I restart, but I believe we need to somehow initial state just call this client to get connected, right? Because we have not connected anything yet,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So we need to get connected first.
Okay, let's do that. Like I do have a chat service here. Here's my instant, and here is my. I'm
Connect
gonna actually
user.
call this here.
Now this is an
And
asynchronous method. So this may take some time to execute.
okay, all right. So then if it connects here, so probably I need to connect it maybe either before this screen or maybe I use Future Builder when it's
Yeah,
connected. Then I render
yeah.
something.
So both are valid use cases. So I think typically you'd probably want to have this connected ahead of time before you go to the chat screen, or like you
Yeah.
mentioned, you can
Okay.
wrap the widget in a future builder and just wait for that future to complete. So
Mm.
yeah, it's both approaches are
Can I
fine.
can I just like maybe call this method even before run app like here?
You can. I think you may also need to override the widget's binding because at that point, the widget's binding in Flutter might not be set up and
I
we're
see.
using platform services.
Okay.
Majid, I think I know what we forgot to do. In our material app, we didn't actually add the Stream Chat widget to our application. So what we
Oh,
can
I
do,
need. Okay.
yeah, we need to wrap our
Okay.
application. So what we can do is we can override the builder property on material app. And for those who don't know, this property basically wraps your entire application. So it takes two parameters in there. It has a context and a child for the method signature of
Okay.
builder,
So then I have a context. Oh, sorry. Context and a child.
context and a child. Now you can return, add your parentheses, and you can
Yeah.
return a stream chat widget. The stream chats.
Okay.
And now the client is going to
Okay.
come from your locator.
Okay. So
So
it's
it's going to come from
actually
the class. Yep,
here you
there
go.
you go. And now what's interesting here is the child of this widget actually represents the home property of your material app. So essentially what we're doing is we're wrapping the home of your application with a stream chat widget. And now this is used internally by our widgets to look up information about the clients and whatnot. So that's a really good catch, Majid.
All right. Let's restart and see how it works, Nash. So it should be
Yep,
good right now. So if I
fingers
go
crossed.
now to my support, oh, something is coming.
There
Here
we
you
go.
go.
Look, we see a lot of requests in there, a lot of conversations in there.
Oh,
And
I
you
see.
see,
That's fantastic.
so like a little action I want to call out in there, you notice that the list as you scroll, it's automatically paginated and whatnot. But if you click on one of those, unfortunately, I think we're missing one final action. If you click on one of those,
I
it doesn't
I
navigate
want to.
this yet.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't navigate. Okay,
Yeah,
what should I
and
do to make it work?
you're right. We can't navigate yet, and that's because we actually didn't build our screen, or we didn't tell Flutter what
I
our
see.
screen should look like for a conversation. So maybe let's go ahead and create a new stateless widget, Midget. Let's have some
Yeah,
fun with
sure.
this one.
So let's do this in the same page for now. Stateless widgets. So I'm gonna go with. Oh, sorry. I thought that my
All good,
it doesn't work.
all good.
Uh, let's go and say a class. What should I call it? Like a page class or something, or a chat
Yeah,
page?
you can call this channel page or conversation screen. You can basically call this.
Okay.
You can use whatever terminology that you like.
Or let's say for now, let's just keep it simple. Chat page for
Chat
now.
page, sure. Override your build method in there.
Yeah, sure. And I think I do have. Here you go.
Yep, there you go.
Okay,
Now,
what should I do here?
yeah, so now we want to do something really simple. Since it's a new page in our app, we can do like a scaffold um, as
Oh, I
just to get our
see.
basic layout. Scaffold, capital S. Yep. And now we can have a body. And now the body, if you think of a chat midget, now there are two parts of
Yeah.
a chat. there is the list of messages, then there's an input. Um, for me, the layout that I think of is basically like a column. You have a list on top and then a child underneath. So let's do a column in here.
Sure.
Children.
Yeah.
Now, if you remember, if we're using a list view in a column, now we need to wrap it in and expand it so it takes up and it
Yeah. So
resizes
it
itself
takes up.
properly.
Okay.
Exactly. So now
Okay.
let's use an expanded. Uh, Someone
Expanded
is having
and
fun typing today. And
yeah.
we actually have a pre-built widget called message list view that you can add in there.
Oh, I see. Okay, this is okay. That's good. Oh, that
And
has a
now
lot of property.
has a lot of properties you can override, customize, and change. Now, if you go under the expanded and you type in message input, and that's basically it does what the name implies. It allows us to start typing and sending messages in our application.
Uh-huh.
So now we've
Hmm.
built this page, but we've not linked it yet. So if we copy the name chat page and we go to our channel list view, we're actually going to use one of those properties in there. It's called channel widget, and we're just going to pass it the chat page. So channel
Okay,
widget, there
channel
you go,
widget.
and just pass it to chat. There you go, perfect. So now they're linked up, they're talking to each other, and now when you click on one of those messages, it's going to navigate to the chat page.
All right. So then you mean that if I click, probably I need to restart.
Yep, hot.
Oh, I
Okay,
do
so
have a red.
you actually see the part of it there, but you need the hot restart since it's a
Yeah,
stateful
sure.
change.
Okay, let's go and check it out. I see
So
actually red.
let's open up
Debugger.
the debugger here and see what's going on here. A red screen of Flutter means that we have some sort of layout problem.
Yeah, I believe so.
So hover over. Do we actually have any debug logs for this?
Yeah, probably we do have.
Okay, bad state, no elements.
Okay.
Scroll. Pretty interesting.
Failed
Stuff.
to download file a PNG. Probably it's not very important.
Not that. No.
But then here there is no element.
There is no conversations. It look like.
Yeah. Should I pass like something else here? Like I don't know.
Maybe just try clicking on another page.
Yeah. So let's do that.
Let's restart. Just try it.
But can I ask a question here while we are here? Can I have like a header or something on top, or like usually we have a face of user or stuff like that?
Yeah, exactly. You can use the app bar and you can use a channel header in there
Like okay, so like
in the
in my
scaffold.
scaffold I do have a bar. Okay,
Yeah.
do you have like a built-in widget for that?
Yeah, it's called channel header.
Okay, channel header.
Channel header. There you
Okay,
go.
that's good.
Perfect.
Ah, here you go. That's
Here
perfect.
you go. It's just our master list that's currently broken right now.
Yeah, sure. Let's go back and try one
Maybe
more time.
Van Golden. Maybe go to one of the Reacts. Yeah. Okay, this
Something is
is
wrong.
for
First of
that we
all, let
need.
me ask you. Let me ask you a question. So I don't want to see everything here. So is it any way to kind of filter out something or based on the user and stuff like that?
Yeah, so you can actually use the filter property that is on the list view. So our list views, it gives you options for
Ah, here.
filtering, pagination. Yeah, exactly. So filter, we
Aha.
have like a class that you can do filter dot in
Okay.
underscore. We couldn't use in because in is a reserved name in Dart. So there you
Yeah,
go. So you
sure.
could call it members.
Okay, so like I can just filter by members, for
Yep.
example.
And we can use stream chat dot off context. So it's an inherited widget. So it's the class name that we wrapped our widget in our application in. So we could do stream chat dot
Like
off
this.
context. Yep. .off context. There you
Okay.
go. Then you can do .user,
Okay.
.id.
Then ID. Ah, I can get the ID of the user from the stream chat context.
Yeah, you need to add a bang to that
User.
to nullable, null safety.
Okay. So which one is like
At
user
the end, at the end.
at the end?
So exclamation, sorry. Yep. Can you
I
hover
did.
over that
String cannot
string?
be assigned to parameter list of.
Oh,
Ah, okay, okay. I
okay,
think
okay.
I know.
Yeah, yep.
Here you go.
Just there you go. Maybe by a user. Exclamation by the R in user.
Yeah, here you
There
go.
you go. Perfect. Let's restart and
Good. Let's see how it works. Okay, so then if I click on this one,
there you go.
okay, then I
You've got a
see the
list of
conversation.
messages.
That's cool, cool. And you know what nice is that here is like I have a beautiful UI which is fitting my application too. That is that is
Yeah.
very good.
Why don't you go ahead and long press one of those messages?
Yeah, sure. Let's. Here we go. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're in
I mean,
debug, so stuff is a little
yeah, yeah.
slow in
We
debug,
are in
but
debug. This is my simulator. My computer is slow right now,
your
so for
computer is
sure I
recording
understand.
2 4K
Yeah,
streams
sure.
right now. But yeah, so you can actually customize those reactions and stuff. You can flag those messages and whatnot. Um, so yeah, so
That's cool.
it's a fully featured chat UI in there. So why don't you go ahead and try sending a message? I saw you tried sending testing earlier today. Looks like
Yeah, I
someone was
just sent
playing.
actually a testing message. Let's do one more time. Like
Yeah,
Nash is awesome.
and notice those little micro animations of like actions moving to the side and all of that. So
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you
sure.
if you do,
Yeah,
so
yes. Very smooth, very nice.
here's a fun little trick. If you do slash Giphy in the chat, so / Giphy,
Iffy like this.
Giphy, I think, as you would in Slack.
G
There
I.
you go. There you
Okay.
go. There is the instant command. Yeah, and you search for a
Oh, I
GIF.
can
Why don't you
search
search?
for GIF animation.
Yeah, come on. Like GIFs and memes
Oh,
are a core part of the chat experience. So yeah, add
cool.
a little
Then I
GIF
can
in
just
there.
say like
Hit the
search.
yep, and now you could kind of see.
Ooh,
There you go, and now you could send that directly. So if you hit send, the other person in your chat will
okay.
see that.
Can I shuffle it? See what's.
Yeah, you can shuffle
Ah,
it
it's
there.
very cool, man.
There
I
you
like
go.
I like this one actually. Good, good,
Yeah.
good, good.
So I hit send and now it's sent in the chat there. So there you go, Majid. We added your customer
Good.
service chat to your application in with very little
That's
time.
nice. That's very nice. That's actually what I wanted. So I can assume that like I can have attachments and like
Oh yeah,
whatnot
yeah.
here
You can have
probably definitely
attachments and
right.
images and stuff. One thing to remember when you're working with attachments and services like that, always double check the permission for the platform that you're on. We
Hmm.
always know we know like Flutter is of course like cross-platform, but of course when you're dealing with local file systems and stuff, you want to double check that and make sure that you have the permissions and you have the configuration to do so.
So
Sure,
far it's great. I could add a chat to my system to my application and I have a few questions, and then we can maybe
sure,
wrap it up. And the first
sure.
question is, if I want to like somehow decide to compile my Flutter app to a web or maybe a Mac version of the app, can I still use your chat, or is it something that you are working on?
For web, our UI kit is supported on web. For desktop, we are actually actively working to make our UI kit available on desktop. Um, there are some parts that work. For example, Photo Manager, one of the dependencies that we use, is not supported on desktop. So we're doing a lot of work there and kind of working with the community and whatnot. Um, so yeah, the UI kit, it's available on mobile, available on web. Not ready for desktop yet, but we're actively working on improving that experience. Now, Majid did mention earlier that the Dart package and the Flutter package has very little dependencies. And what that means is wherever Flutter runs, you can run our package, both
Oh, cool.
the low level Dart API and the very minimal Flutter integration. So if you want to add chat to an IoT fridge as people are running Flutter these days, by all means, you can definitely do so using our low-level Dart API and our core Flutter package. So it's very portable. It's very composable, basically.
Cool. Nash, so if someone like right now, I just use this like package and I love it. So then I'm gonna go and like maybe have a problem and wanna contribute to your application. Then where
Yeah.
should I go? I actually
So
found your, let's see, this is the repo probably I found.
this is the repo, yes. And you
Yeah,
can see you can
sure.
like if you like the project, you can drop us a star, you can come in and you can contribute. Now,
Ah,
what's interesting?
shame on me. I didn't start you. I just did.
Shame on you, Majid. Um, but what's interesting here is you can come here, you can contribute. You could actually inspect the code if you'd like to. You can give us feedback, um, leave us a pull request. We've had pull requests in the past where our team does a really good job at triaging and making sure that it gets the attention, the review, and all of that in a very timely fashion. And of course, we have like really good contributing guys and community conducts and whatnot. So yeah, by all means, like if you think that there's a feature that you would like or there's something that you would like to see change, like let us know. Either reach out to me on Twitter or come to our GitHub and leave us an issue ticket, and we'll be happy to help out.
Perfect. Perfect, Nash. So I know that we just covered maybe a simple basic, pair programming stuff for a chat, and we implemented in my application thanks to you and great work, you team and GetAStream.io.
Thank you.
So I believe there are a lot to do with this. We've seen that we can like customize the UI, maybe play around with the menu and stuff like that. A lot of things that we can do for sure, which we don't have
Yes.
time right now. But this is so far great. So I will comment or like make a list of all the links that we discussed right now in the comment below or anywhere that I'm publishing this video or audio later.
Sure.
So but if someone wants to like contact you about chat or like if they have an issue, so first of all, they can go to repo, maybe open an issue and stuff like that. That's okay. That's like one way of doing that. Is there any other way? Like, can they contact you directly? Like any other
Yeah,
way
yeah.
that you want to
So
promote?
we are very active on Twitter, like the company Twitter handle. If for something like Flutter specifically you want to chat about, you could always hit me up on Twitter. Or if you're a customer and you're having problems, then our support page, or we have an entire team dedicated to helping out. So yeah, there's a lot of avenues there. So
Cool. That's very cool. Then, with that said, I have to thank you for giving me this time, recording with me, and
no
implementing the chat
problem.
in my system. Thanks for pair programming. It was so much fun. A lot of weird issues, and we could resolve it together.
Yep.
Thank you very much, Nash. And then I wish you a very, very good day and night wherever you are right now.
Thank you, Majid. It's a pleasure, and thank you for having me.